I watched Dirty Dancing for the first time ever today. It was pretty good actually, to be honest. So in England, a lot of people aged 14 upwards to about 18, sometimes older if you're in university, have exams in January. And a lot of people, these are the first exams people tend to have in their subject. And although you have mocks, it's still like, eh. So basically, I thought I'd do some little tips to help you get past your exams. Number one is probably my most important one ever. Before you have an exam, I don't care what time you have to get up or whatever. Eat something. I don't care whether it's a full English breakfast or just a banana. Another really important tip, which is nothing to do with revising or anything, but it's going to bed on time. If you have an exam in the morning, then I suggest you go to bed at least 10 hours or 9 hours before you have that exam. So another really useful tip I'd say is to revise in advance. I mean, I remember people for their GCSEs were lining up outside and they were basically cramming all the information for history in their head and like cramming it. My history teacher just walks on and says, if you don't know it now, you never will. So if you're cramming it, it won't work. I'm sorry. You'll probably remember bits of it, but it won't work properly. The best thing to do is to basically revise a month in advance. So if you have an exam at the end of January, start at the beginning of January and learn it. Because if you learn it instead of cramming it, it will be in your head forever. I mean, I can still remember my GCSE history stuff. And I'm just there like, oh, I know the answer. Even though I'm doing A-level history now and it's a lot different. And number 4, I would say, is to basically, when you finish your exam, no matter if you have half an hour left or 30 seconds left, read through it as quickly as you can if you have like 30 seconds left. If not, it will take more time. And because although most answers that are wrong tend to be changed answers, you still need to read through it and see if you can spot those extra special answers that you've written down and they make no sense whatsoever. You could just, change one little thing and that one extra mark could boost you up to a grade A instead of a grade B. That's how much, it all counts. And my 5th point will probably just be not to, underestimate yourself. If you've got something and you want to say it in your exam, please then say it. I mean, with maths, obviously, your working counts. So don't think, oh, they don't need to see my working. Write your working down. Because if you have the wrong answer, they will look at your working and they can give you marks for your working. I mean, I do business studies and we have equations in there. So if we have got the wrong answer, they look at our working. And if we've written down the equation, like what revenue is, then they look at that and they give you a mark for it. So it's always good work putting down your working. And also, if you're doing something like history, don't think that just because the examiner will obviously know about history to mark it, that they don't know everything. Because they do know it properly, but expanding it and explaining it shows that you have a better knowledge of it. So don't just be vague. Write as much as you can and expand it as much as you can. I basically wanted to say really good luck, Jodie, with your exams. And hopefully you've done all my tips because you're smart like that and you're on your 2nd year of A-levels. And we know you're going to pass because you're awesome. But yeah, good luck to everyone else who's doing exams. Please let me know how you think your exams went below. I've done all mine. Hopefully they've gone well. I've done all my tips. So yeah, I will see you guys very soon and I'll probably upload a video on Monday on Jodie's behalf. Bye!